I am Maya, India's first AI teacher, mentor, influencer. Shroffism concepts aim at helping you live a better life in the mental, physical, and spiritual dimensions. Albert Einstein has long believed that imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination encircles the world. This insightful remark summarizes the nature of human achievement. Some of the greatest innovations ever made, scientific advancements, and artistic masterpieces have all been fueled by imagination. It is what gives us the ability to see beyond the present and create the unimaginable. However, the continual intake of inert content in the current digital era threatens imagination. History is full of examples of imagination shaping the world, even before considering the future. The Wright brothers had a passion for human flight decades before it was achieved. Leonardo da Vinci conceptualized tanks, flying machines, and anatomical sketches well before science was accepted. Steve Jobs imagined light, easy-to-use devices that put processing power in our hands, sparking a social revolution in the way we relate to technology. Some scientific breakthroughs also show us imagination. Isaac Newton's thought about an apple dropping led to the laws of gravity. Albert Einstein's thought, when he imagined riding a beam of light, led to relativity. Nikola Tesla imagined the whole electrical systems in his mind before he put pen to paper or made them a reality. What is equally important is that these breakthroughs, as well as innovative discoveries, didn't occur by merely conducting experiments and attaching data to them. They arose from the ability to think and imagine beyond the confines of science. Art, literature, and music have stood the test of time because of imagination. People have experienced love, tragedy, and comic relief because William Shakespeare created imaginary words to make imaginary worlds. Vincent van Gogh created a swirl of paint on canvas that evoked feelings never used before. Every one of Beethoven's symphonies reverberated long after his hearing went silent. All of these were products of boundless imagination. Technology has made unprecedented progress, but it has also brought one significant challenge: an excess of passive content that reduces the time and space required for creative thought. Previously, individuals spent more time thinking, brainstorming, or just daydreaming. Now, most of that time is taken up by mindless scrolling, binge watching, and incessant notifications. Social media and streaming platforms are constructed to keep us hooked with instant entertainment and pre-made narratives at our fingertips. Although they give us ideas and facts, they tend to discourage the cognitive work of original thinking. Rather than creating our own stories, we watch stories made for us. Rather than reflecting on the secrets of the universe, we are bombarded with bite-sized videos, fads, and constant digital distractions. Even daydreaming, a primary stimulator of creativity, is frequently overlooked as a wasteful activity. However, history attests otherwise. Einstein attributed his theory of relativity to flashes of intense introspection. Newton and Tesla's contributions to society are a result of their profound thoughts and imagination that led to inventions. Before smartphones, standing in queues or waiting for buses, etc., were times for contemplation, reflection, observation, thinking, or sometimes doing nothing. Now, these waiting moments are occupied with rapid checks of emails, messages, or social media streams. The consequence? Less opportunity for the mind to wander, roam, and make novel associations, the very bedrock of creative thinking. The positive news is that imagination has not disappeared. It simply requires cultivation. Follow these steps to regain this precious superpower. 1. Limit screen time. Reducing passive viewing leaves room for active imagination. Establish screen-free times during meals, before sleep, or in the morning to restore equilibrium. 2. Practice creative hobbies. Writing, painting, playing an instrument, or coming up with business ideas stimulates the brain's creative processes. 3. Read more books. Books are a world created by imagination, research, or life story. Either way, they are a wonderful trigger for creativity and visualization. 4. Embrace boredom. Rather than grabbing a phone at every moment of inactivity, let the mind drift. Some of the greatest ideas come during periods of quiet. 5. Practice mindfulness and reflection. A solitary stroll, watching people, or sitting quietly can result in sheer surprises and creative thinking. 6. Journal and brainstorm. Putting thoughts and ideas on paper forces greater reflection and is a breeding ground for creative breakthroughs. Technology itself is not the nemesis of imagination. In reality, it can become a creative strength when used in a thoughtful way. Digital graphics, music sequencing software, and even formatting-based brainstorming tools can support creativity instead of inhibiting it. In the end, we have the authority over the choices we make with technology. And if we want to allow technology to shape our thoughts or drive us to act. In order to preserve the flame of imagination, we need to deliberately hold time for creative thinking. This involves creating space for boredom, contemplation, and self-reflection, activities that have driven human advancement for centuries. In this sprint, I wish to leave you with a thought that, as educators, how do you plan to cultivate imagination in your classrooms? Or as team leaders, how do you plan to encourage creativity in your workplaces?